All I can say is, wow! Anybody who's concerned at the insanity of net zero and EV mandates, or the fate of the automotive industry, should be celebrating Donald Trump's victory in the US presidential election. The alternative would have seen the green madness pushed to even greater extremes, with the Democrats believing that the climate change agenda is more important than anything else, and no consequence is too great when they're saving the planet. We would have seen the electricity grid weakened further, even tougher emissions cuts legislated, and even more punishment on petrol and diesel cars. But, to use a highly inappropriate phrase, America dodged a bullet. Trump will, in all likelihood, do the exact reverse of those things, wind back the ideological green agenda and the hysterical fear of the climate bogeyman, push for more energy, not less, ensure a secure electricity grid built on reliable baseload generation rather than useless solar panels and windmills, and finally put a stop to the madness of net zero and the billions of dollars of taxpayer money wasted on EV subsidies and handouts. And most importantly, automakers in the US will finally be able to stop building ridiculous golf carts that nobody wants, and will be free to build the petrol and diesel cars that people actually do want. They must all be breathing a collective sigh of relief. Welcome back to MGUY, British engineer and lawyer, now Sydney-based YouTuber. Be sure to follow me on the usual socials for more content, links in the description, and please make sure you're subscribed and have enabled all notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you'd like to support this channel, why not buy me a coffee? Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Bloomberg sets out the implications of the election result for EVs and energy in general. From oil to EVs, here's what a Trump victory means for energy. Win empowers him to attack climate policies he's dubbed a scam. Republican will also push policies to produce more oil and gas. Donald Trump's victory promises to shake up US energy and environmental policy, with sweeping implications for oil production, offshore wind development and electric vehicle sales. The win empowers him to deliver on his campaign pledges to go after climate policies he's dubbed the Green New Scam, while reorienting the federal government towards pumping more crude and building more power plants. Though some efforts would face long odds on Capitol Hill, where many of Trump's fellow Republicans would oppose a wholesale repeal of the Inflation Reduction Act's energy and manufacturing tax credits, Trump can use his executive authority to put other changes in motion. Oil and gas companies are set to be prime beneficiaries. "You are looking at overall a drill baby drill philosophy," said Dan Eberhardt, Chief Executive Officer of oilfield services company Canary LLC. "You are going to see offshore lease sales, you're going to see pipelines move much quicker, you're going to see fracking on federal lands, and a mindset that is focused on lowering energy costs for consumers. Here are some of the expected changes. EVs. Trump has repeatedly promised to end a suite of federal policies that encourage EV sales, and his victory creates an opening for changes as soon as day one. A top target is an Environmental Protection Agency regulation limiting tailpipe pollution from cars and light trucks, which has mandates so strict it compels automakers to sell far more electric and plug-in hybrid models over time. Former Trump advisors and energy lobbyists have already drafted language that could be put in an executive order directing the EPA to revisit the rule. A similar effort is being developed to go after Clean Air Act waivers that effectively greenlight California's strict car pollution rules. Oil refining advocates also are lobbying for swift changes to limit which EVs qualify for tax credits under current Treasury Department policies. That presages a revamp of a policy derided as the leasing loophole, which exempts leased EVs in commercial fleets from restrictions on where the cars are made, the source of their battery materials, and how much money consumers make. For those of us who can see through the blinkered ideology of net zero, all of this is music to our ears. You can read the rest of the article at the link in the description, and it's full of more of the same. All of this is excellent news, not just for the auto industry, but also for consumers, who will be free to choose the car they want, not the car the government tells them to. It will also bring down prices for petrol and diesel, and for electricity as well, because despite all the protestations of the environmentalists, renewable power is vastly more expensive than anything else. If you thought the momentum of the green blob was too great to stop, think again. Most of the renewable energy projects are based in fantasy and delusion anyway, and would never have managed to deliver anywhere near what was promised. Let's hope that over the next few years some sanity returns to the automotive and energy markets, and we won't ever have to go back to the idiocy of the past.